The food industry in Malaysia is assorted with a wide assortment of prepared nourishment in the Asiatic. A year ago, this industry contributed around 10% of the nation assembling year. Malaysia remained a net shipper of food. In 2008, Malaysia food sent out remaining at ringgit Malaysia 70.9 billion, while import remaining at 28 billion in ringgit Malaysia. Malaysia traded food item to in excess of 2,000 nations. Malaysia is the third biggest maker of poultry meat in the Asia Pacific area. Malaysia is confident in the poultry, pork and eggs. However, import about 80% of its hamburger necessity. The halal business in Malaysia offer a huge open door to the Malaysian producer with a worldwide Islamic populace in excess of 2 billion. The market for food is assessed at more than 50 US billion in every year. One point three, the challenge that the food industry faces. The first one is a halal certificate. Halal is a synonym with a Muslim community. Food is a basic need among the human being. As a Muslim country, where Islam is the official religion, every aspect of life of Muslim in Malaysia is governed by the principle of Islam, including what food is suitable for the consumption without angering the faith of the Muslim. Halal certificate is a contribute for the trust, safety and hygiene. In addition, the majority of SME owners is agreed that Malaysia has a potential to perform halal certificate and that has a potential to be halal centered. However, the Malaysian government wants to strengthen the halal certificate observation process in order to improve the implementation. The second point of challenge is a free plastic bag. Free plastic bag while shopping is a consumer right and is an important element in the area of shopping. On January 2011, Ministry of Domestic Trade and Cooperative and Consumer was launched a campaign of no plastic bag to reduce the unnecessary use of plastic bag and protect the environment. The campaign was carried every Saturday at the end of a customer and stage chosen hyper or supermarket, large supermarket and major shopping mall. Every plastic bag will impose 20 cents. Prescribing free plastic bag for one day a week tend to be unprecedented behavior inappropriate which generate resentment on the consumer within the first 3 to 6 months of the campaign. The campaign is being opposed and resented by the supermarket, food manufacturing firms and the plastic industry. Last but not least, challenge of inventory management happen in food industry is a whimsical and continually advanced dependent on purchasing pattern and occasionally produce development. This is a basic maker to have a continuous admitted to stop level with the goal that choices can be made quickly and item can be requested rapidly. This is accessible through food stock programming or as a segment in the big business asset arranging ERP program. It might even be feasible for provider to approach their customer stock with the goal that satisfaction to get an unmistakable, more smooth out and efficient. This is a considerable more significant for a food industry as a time frame of realistic usability of the item segment is assured and should be enhanced for the customer interest. At the point, when we consider that the quickly changing nature of the shopper pattern and the accessibility of the occasional produce with extraordinarily fluctuating cost, and this is a test can get more noteworthy. 2.0 main player in the food industry, as indicated by 2017 Forbes worldwide, which is declare that Nestle keeps on holding the best position in the biggest food organization. Nestle has ruling the worldwide food and refreshment industry for almost three sequential years. In 2017, the world well-known chocolate and dessert maker Nestle kept driving the rundown of the world biggest food and refreshment organization, passing around 90 billion US in income and 9.8 billion in the benefit in the course of the last monetary year. Based in Switzerland, Nestle is available in 189 nations around the globe, and our 328,000 workers are focused on Nestle motivation of improving the personal satisfaction and edit a better future. Since 1912, Nestle has have been feeding Malaysia through our quality brands and items while keeping up our halal status and respectably.
For the section 2 inventory management practice, inventory management strategy in production and inventory strategy. We will decide the creation and inventory procedure depend on a make to order and make to stock in the food industry, which is the best reasonable for the food industry. So a larger part of the task, the board research describe creation system as a one or the other make to order or make to stock. The MTO system offer the high assessment of the customer explicit and ordinarily more costly item, while the FTS system offer a low assessment of the maker determined and commonly more affordable item. So a typical outline known to most of special made versus made to stock include the cheap food or speedy assistant eateries. As a rule, the different sandwich site and order menu thing are set up ahead of time, wrap and keep in food warm until the customer submit a request. Different eaters utilize the make to order idea as a showcasing tools and expressing their things are set up with the topping customer to imply towards when they make their orders. A comparative circumstance exists with a different source of organization as customization can be a solid brand part. Is relying upon the food industry whether it is utilized to MTO or MTS. So yet at time make to order may offer monetary point of interest to the maker too. And as a product frequently require more distribution centers, space than do their individual pieces and part. Postponing gathering until other likewise lessen the work cost occurs before installment. Likewise, complete grade inventory might be burdened uniquely in contrast to part inventory. So this is about the production and inventory strategy for the food industry. Collaborating program. Collaborative program in the food industry generally relying upon the provider. They were doing an agreement with one another for the food industry maker, particularly little medium venture, consider them to be a significant association for development. In their relationship, there is a trade of market information and thoughts. The reason referred to by food fabricating organization for a restrict joint effort with the bundling the significant expense of capital sales and the preliminary expense is additional more tedious is a lot of quicker and less expensive to work with the element for a new item investment and grow new item new for the market. Another explanation that for stalls maker to explore different avenues regarding new handling and bundling advance is distract about the security and the discernment among buyers. For the inventory management control and policy, inventory control dimension, which is inventory location, for the food industry, which is for example like fast food restaurant, face an extreme test in choosing their stock level. On the one chance that the stock excessively a turn of the things will turn sour, bringing about a misfortune. Additionally, if they are understocked, all clients cannot be served and thus they will move to a different restaurant. In this way, this restaurant ought to be the amazingly cautious in dealing with their inventory. So this is important why the inventory location is need to be the locate for locate and apply in carefully. For the sourcing policy, uh, in the food industry is depend on the valuing inventory. For your information, valuing inventory is a where in inventory sale first and is killed from the bookkeeping record method. Remember first for the first out FIFO towards the end in the first out LIFO and the weighted average method. FIFO anticipate the association should sell more prepaid inventory first, leaving all the more exorbitant inventory in the general record and expanding the association growth advantage during a bookkeeping period. LIFO is a opposite things to a FIFO. Along this line, it has the opposite effect in the bookkeeping record. The weight average method needs a border with a more settled inventory to be sold first as inventory costs are recalculated each time to the association purchase inventory. This is simply about the FIFO is the first in and first out and basically implies you need to name your food with the date you store them and put a more seasonable nourishment in the front or and on the top so you can use them first. And the LIFO under the LIFO system, many food item and product will lapse prior to being utilized. So this study is regularly polished with a durable wares. And for the weight average method, utilizing the weight average cost method that is the easiest method to track inventory cost. So you can store inventory stock without the need to assign this cluster. It has a place with and you don't have to follow the first cost period to valuing things, just increase the average cost of the stock you need. So while FIFO, LIFO and WAC are totally acknowledged method for inventory valuation. So you should select the one the best aligned with your detailing and the executed style. So this is the sources uh, sources of policies, sourcing of policies. It is the way, three ways. Inventory ownership, vendor management inventory, and the consignment inventory. This is a two part we need to consider in inventory ownership. The For the vendor management inventory, this is a famous idea in Asia, and most of the high tech IT maker utilize the arrangement. What is a VMI? The title shows the important and objective of the arrangement. The the inventory that is needed by the maker is managed and keep up the provider at the backyard of the producer. The target of VMI is that by pushing the dynamic obligation further up the production network, the producer will be a superior situation to help the destination of the wall coordinate production network, bringing about the feasible upper hand. This arrangement makes a straightforward store network, empowering provider and purchase to dodge vulnerability in their inventory, bringing it together and maximizing the renewal choice. Likewise, lessen the twice in a requesting present when there are a few middle people that spot other in the production network. The last chance to the production network is the VMI change push production network to pull inventory network accordingly, keeping away from the wastage and vulnerabilities. For the consumer inventory, this is a comparable thing to VMI with an unobtrusive distinction. For this situation, there are just three categories include there is a purchaser and the dealer. Under this model, inventory claimed by the provider is held by the purchaser, and the responsibility for the move to the purchaser just at the purpose of utilization. So transfer stock plan are typically set up to the guarantee progression of the supply to the client or to the lessen the client working capital or board. While a large part of the inventory is to the client, the provider likewise benefit on the ground that the client is attached to this item. He does not need to hold stock and has more opportunity in picking when to make or acquire extra supplies to recharge the transfer stock. Having worked in the mining business, I have seen numerous provider managing mining item go into the transfer stock concerns with the mining organization to supply stock to the mining organization on a transfer premise, and for the most part charge towards the month end when utilization is accounted. The permit provided to attach the purchaser to their item, and the purchaser is granted of the cashless stock without putting resources into the stock conveying, and maintain strategic distance from the expense of stock conveying, which is could be up 25% per annum. So that's all for the inventory ownership.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hello to everyone. Okay, today I want to talk about the informative related dimension in food industry. Nutritional aspect of food security and nutrition combined with a hygienic environment, adequate health service, and informed guidance to ensure a healthy and active life free from malnutrition for all household members. This is achieved through a combination of approaches. Okay, from the graph given, illustrate the complex aspect and relationship between food security and nutrition in different levels. various factors and sectors at the global or national level. For example, agriculture, production, existing infrastructure, international policy and gender play an important role and influence food availability and access to food, care and health services. Environmental and hygienic conditions at the local level that have a direct impact on society and the home. Next, we move to demand visibility. Okay, topic on the agenda of any supply chain manager is visibility into the logistic. Knowledge of the subject significant and future importance is granted, but the solution still turn out to be a complex project. In fact, the following use case is intended to demonstrate a realistic technique and precision of visibility of the supply chain and important it brings to the everyday business as part of our supply chain visibility blog post series. So supply chain visibility provides this customer and retailer with an overview of the origin, supply chain paths and status of their product. Food industry standard already prevent product visibility on freshness and condition information. However, changes in business requirement and business model driven by increased consumer awareness of sustainable and ecology in the food sector require a new level of visibility. Okay, next we move to access to information. Okay, one of the most significant practice that organization need to participate in is ensuring product consistency. The first step here is to ensure that all producer and product use have been documented consistently in keeping all product related information up to date. Data management is helpful. So for ensuring compliance, consistent data management is essential. This may mean compliance with corporate policies, processes, and activities, or with the government regulation and industry standard. However, it becomes difficult to know what to report and how we so many laws be put out and updated on such a regular basis. Organizations should collect and achieve all detail as a best practice, starting from raw material sourcing to post-sale operation. It is imperative for the food industry to handle detail related to product labeling on the daily basis. Organization produce tons of data. So managing it can also become very difficult. Organization have now found a way to capture, register, and track data with a use of different database and software. Okay, now we move to the next topic is IT configuration. Okay, the food industry face many challenges as it means to maintain consistent product quality, high consumer satisfaction, and optimal product efficiency. In process measure and close monitoring of essential process parameters such as moisture, fat, or protein provide food producer with substantial opportunities to achieve quality and output objective. However, the complexity and variety of food product and production method mean that a standardized approach to the calculation of processor cannot work. Okay, at the different stage of the process, specially design solution are needed, such as preparation of ingredient, mixing, shaping, wetting, drying, baking or frying, and flavoring. Sorting and wedging. The product occur in the various form at each level, such as a powder, slurry, dough, flake, granule, or final product. So the product may be transported on an open conveyor belt or in a enclosed duct at the approach point of measurement, and the product flow may be continuous or discontinuous, and ambient process conditions such as temperature and relative humidity may change as well. Due to seasonal shift, crop year discrepancies and raw material supply variation, the product itself can vary. Okay, next we move to replenishment, monitoring and auditing. Management of restaurant inventory is a producer to track in real time the ingredient and manipulate to you have to changes, and it also lets you make food, drink and supply order more economical. For the day-to-day activities and long-term activities, effective inventory management is important. So, in the under topic replacement, monitoring and auditing, we have two subtopic that mean have the staff members track inventory and maintain a consistent schedule. So, for the have a staff member track inventory, to take your inventory, appoint a few persons such as the executive and the cook. This would make the detection of contradiction simpler. So also since this worker can consistently take inventory over time, they will be able to recognize the pattern and complexities involved with their particular inventory to ensure the quality and your inventory. Make sure that you train the process worker truthfully. So for the maintain consistent schedule, following a plan helps you to understand accurately how often in the given period of time the ingredient and supplies are used. For example, you should check perishable and common ingredient in a regular basis, while once or twice a week you can count non-perishables and bulk product. You can begin to see trend over time and can change your order or menu offering as needed. Okay, next we move to control limits. The regulation of variable in process requires process control. It is the combination of raw material and equipment which through changes and their energy and physical-chemical properties produce a desirable final product. So this may be continuous or batch operation. Automatic control is one of the main element is in the food processing industry that affect efficiency, quality, protection, and competitiveness. Automation have become an important part of today's development of modern food. So, for example, it is important to monitor the pressure, temperature, viscosity, humidity, and flow rate, as well as the quality characteristic of the product, such as color, texture, bulk density, moisture, and oil content. So in the past, food processing system used only crude regulation of flow speed, amper meter to measure the power drawn by drive motor, and thermocouples and visual observation at the process discharge to maintain product requirement. Next, we move to replenishment and shipment decision. In recent decades, a range of innovative supply chain practice known as automatic replenishment program (ARP) have been introduced to improve interfirm coordinator and enhance the replenishment process. In order to promote the replenishment process, the logic within this ARP is often incorporated directly into ERP system of the organization and on. So essentially, on the basis of some transactional information from the store, such as point of sale, data, waste data, and master data, such as review period with base size, the ERP calculate an order proportion for each item for each store. The order is required which can be approved by the management of the store or overlooked. However, it increased the wholesaler transparency in any case and helps the wholesaler to determine and estimate the possible order. If the store current stock level is below the order up to level, an order request is created by measuring how many lots to store requires to ensure the stock level to or above the order up to level, and calculation based on the previous amount shipped to the store. The amount waste and the post data may be the actual stock level at the store.
Section 3. Conclusion and recommendation. Pros and cons inventory management practices in the food industry. Some inventory management advantages include ensuring that the company does not spend money on unnecessary product orders and tracking which products are being sold and which are not. Some drawbacks are that it can be time consuming and that there may be no need for inventory system for small business which limited product. A further benefit of inventory management is that the operation of the company is streamlined by a comprehensive inventory system by shortening the amount of time that inventory is taken. A computerized system makes taking inventory even easier. This can enable and digitally monitor individual serial number for goods by increasing the stock by any time the company owner or manager chooses. To run successful product company, accurate inventory management is essential. Daily stock tracking can help prevent stock mistakes and other issues. There is some strong benefit of inventory management, which is better inventory accuracy. This kind of benefit helps company to know what is in the stock and order only the amount of inventory that the company needs to satisfy demand with the solid inventory management. Other than that, inventory management also helps the company by reducing risk of overselling. Management of inventory helps to control what is in stock, what is in a back order, so the company not oversell items. In other hands, good inventory management can help company to cost saving until they sell inventory cost money. In the food industry, inventory management practices can give more benefit to have greater insight about products that have been produced. Food industry company can also easily spot sales patterns and materials recall items or expiry date with inventory monitoring and stock management. In addition, better terms with manufacturers and vendors help the company offer visibility into which goods are delivered and in what quantity. There are several advantages of cost or cons of inventory management for using in the food industry such as bureaucracy. Although inventory management enables employees to read the manipulate company stock and product inventory at any level of company, the infrastructures need to create such a system as to the process a layer of bureaucracy. A lack of personal interaction is another downside of inventory management. Wide supply chains management system allows goods more available around the world. And in the event of trouble, most of customer service assistant, but the increase in technology makes a business stand out from the rest. While inventory management system give the industry a better handle on the amount of stock that have been sold. Production issues can be covered by the same system, and customer service disasters can be caused. Although the use of inventory system can make it quite easy to handle the inventory, it's quite challenging to learn how to operate. Special training sessions and manuals should be followed to operate the system effectively. It can be lengthy, cumbersome, and difficult to learn how to operate the system. But it can be proved by blessing for the company once successfully activated and training completed. And it helps a lot in the smooth operation. Recommendation. When it comes to optimizing the inventory management, the food industry is one of the most difficult for producers. The sheer complexity of having to handle such a range of perishable components to ensure that the goals for customer service are regularly met implies that powerful software for the food inventory is necessary. The highly customizable design of the platform is one of the most important benefits of introducing a cloud-based SaaS software as a service inventory management solution. In several ways, the ability to refine and adjust essential parts of an inventory management system to be better incorporate and comply with the particular supply chains of the organization is beneficial. Procurement managers are better able to align their data with their providers with the right inventory management tools at their disposal. It is essential that inventory managers have the ability to track, trace, and account for each product of inventory at any time while dealing with short shelf-life product. Exactly what an efficient inventory management software solution is a mean to do insight into the supply chains. Total visibility across the supply can through the movement of each inventory item produce a ripple effect that generates productivity and effectiveness across each node. From demand forecasting to buying for processing, distribution, and sales. To further increase the efficiency of procurement, manufacturing, delivery, and sales, a smart inventory management solution is able to harness the power of optimization. Process managers have to effective and efficient way to implement their FIFO, which is a first in and first out inventory protocol without the ability to monitor, trace, and account for inventory from source to sell. Inventory software. This is the inventory software customizable designs become a big plus for the company. The task of automating which good are first use is easily accomplished, as is the ability to set up automatically order point that one buying manages when inventory hits optimal levels above or below. For the conclusion, the following use cases is intended to demonstrate realistic technique and precision of visibility of the supply chain's importance. It's bring the everyday business as part of our supply chain visibility's blogspot series. A further benefit of inventory management is that the operation of the company is streamlined by the comprehensive inventory system by shortening the amount of time that inventory is taken, and computerized system makes tracking inventory even easier. Another disadvantage of inventory management is that it needs constant attention, since it's important to continually update, replenish, and reorder items. When it comes to optimizing the inventory management, the food industry is one of the most difficult for producers. The sheer complexity of having to handle such a rich perishable component and ensure that the goals for customer service are regularly met implies the powerful software for good inventory is necessary. To encourage quality, Competitive and profitability for companies, the right inventory management system is important, mostly useful for the food industry. Thank you.